Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. We're going to talk about, well, I guess you can't really tell because there's no name on the cover here. Maybe the @ sign kind of lets you know. It's After the Gold Rush, issue number 3. The Kickstarter for After the Gold Rush is going on right now. If you hear little birds tweeting or whatever, that's because I got my window open. It's a beautiful, beautiful day outside. Well, it's kind of getting towards evening now, but it's beautiful. And I want to let in some fresh air and listen to the sounds of spring. That relates to the comic book, because when we open this up, this is a person who until like just the day or 2 days ago had spent their whole life living in a spaceship. They have no concept of like what it really means to be outside. And yet, here Scout is, outside. She runs into a girl. They talk. The girl's kind of friendly and fun. Oh, you're a new person kind of way. Like, there's some little playful chat here. It's cute and fun. She's got a dog. Scout digs up a little hole over here, which apparently like frees up a little worm or something. And the dog's like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat that. Nom nom nom." But it's fun and playful up until this moment when Scout's like, "Oh yeah, I'll tell you where I'm from." Oh, I'm sorry, the sound effect is but there it is. She freaks out. Scout follows. Naturally, the townspeople don't take it well. And eventually, Scout makes an escape. Scout makes an escape with a little basic chemistry. And running into that woodsman that Scout met in the last issue that Scout cured. So that's kind of the plot. What's going on? I'm trying to avoid some of the details because I want you to read it for yourself. I really like the art. So let's open back up. Like here, there's something about this art style. Like, it's loose and it's crazy and it's fast. It kind of reminds me of Scrimshaw's art in a way. Because there's just like jiggy-jaggy lines everywhere. It ends up working pretty well here for what's going on. And then the coloring laid on top of that looks like a painting. A lot like watercolors. And it's just a treat. You know, this is a coming-of-age story. It doesn't have to look like super-duper serious. You know, like you'd expect a superhero book, like everybody's all super buff and chiseled. Or, you know, I have this alternative book here that's a space adventure. Like, some heavy, serious stuff happens in this book. So things need to look a little bit realistic. Here, things are more stylized. And the art, loose as it is, does a great job of conveying motion. You get that sense of running. You get that sense of moving around. The facial expressions, you get the curiosity, the frustration. The exhaustion. This art style conveys energy, kineticism. It's all in it, and it's great. And the writing is great. There's not a lot of text, and I'm very thankful for that because the story, just a little bit of text here and there, is really all it needed. Well, God, I said there wasn't a lot of text, and I flipped to this page, and it's just like drowning in text bubbles. Well, the banter back and forth is great. The world building is what's really interesting, because these people that live on Earth in the future have developed their own story. Like, they talk in terms of time, in terms of like pages and chapters and stuff. It's kind of unusual. They've got a religion against technology, which is kind of understandable. What is that? Is that alcohol? Now I wish I was a chemist. I know it's an organic compound because of the carbons there, but I don't recognize it off the top of my head. Oh, it's great stuff. It's absolutely great stuff. I don't want to show too much of it, so we're just going to kind of look at the pages I showed you already. Which is the page from the court I used already. This one? Yeah, just look at the facial expressions here. They're all super expressive. sigh. You know, maybe showing your magic glove that projects images to a bunch of people, like, wasn't the right thing to do, kid. But scouts learn. Scouts got to learn the hard way. It was great. This was a lot of fun. My only regret is I don't have, you know, the entire story ready to just rip through and read all together in one big run. It's a pretty book. It's a fun book. And I want to see what happens. Like, every issue just kind of throws a different little twist in it. You know, the first one ends with Scout getting arrowed. The second ends with this guy trying to kill her. This one ends with her escaping from her own, like, witchcraft trial, you know? It's crazy and it's fun, and I really like it. And I think you might just like it. If you go on Kickstarter and type After the Gold Rush, you should be able to find the Kickstarter for the current book. If I remember, I'll put the link in the description below, but I probably won't remember. Plus, I heard YouTube kind of discriminates against doing that sort of thing, and your videos get throttled and not promoted and stuff if you link outside websites. So basically, I'm never getting anybody to look at my stuff ever, and I guess I'm okay with that. You can follow on Twitter, Gold Rush Comic, and check it out. It may not be your jam, but it's certainly a lot of fun for me. And I can only judge books based on what I think about them, how I feel about them. And if I think a story is fun, that's what I'm going to tell you. You know, we work on total honesty here. So you all have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I probably said this already. And if I remember, there should be things to click here and probably over here. And you should click on some of that stuff if you haven't clicked on it before. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.